Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for November the 14th, 2022, Monday, November the 14th, 2022. Well, we had some movement, not a whole lot of action, but some definite movement. We have Trina went to go visit Spencer. She sure did. And she pretty much had a heart-to-heart with him. she she was telling him everything on her heart and asking him to tell her what was in that letter and why did he do the things that he did. And Spencer was a little kind of coyish with it, I would say, but saying, look, Trina, I believed in you all along, from the time I saw you in the police station. And I just don't know how a person can let another person hurt that way. And he goes, it was for your own good. I thought I could, find out about Esme. And she's like, well, look at how good that turned out. But, then of course, he goes, I called you. She goes, yeah, I was busy. She meant, in a hotel room sleeping, even though she wasn't sleeping. And then she mentioned that she and Rory went away, and Spencer kind of got a little Spencer hurt. Well, yeah, of course, you with the perfect guy, with the perfect this and that, unlike me. And she's like, stop it, Spencer. Let's talk about you. You know how I felt about you, and look at what you did. And I'm thinking, how did you feel about him? We know she had a crush on him, but she still hadn't come out and said how she really felt about Spencer, right? And Spencer just really didn't tell her how he felt about her either. They're going to have us cat and mouse, those two, but those two are destined to be together. And then we had a strange bump in, run in. Carly goes to see Elizabeth to find out if Elizabeth heard that Esme was back in town. As if Carly's ever cared about Elizabeth. But she does care about Cameron. She has always liked Cameron for Jocelyn. But this was just a way for them to interject Carly into Elizabeth's life. She saw Elizabeth going through pictures in a box, and she had kind of crumbled up, kind of not balled them up, but the pictures of her and her parents were all crinkly, and she's throwing them in a stack, and she was going to throw them in the fireplace. And Carly's trying to get her to talk to her. And she's like, well, Carly, it's really none of your business. And she goes, well, Elizabeth, obviously something was going on now, but years later, you might not feel the way you feel right now. So you may not want to burn all of these pictures. And Elizabeth said, you know what? That's something to think about. So she put the little match thing back on the fireplace. And she says, well, Carly, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for telling me what you told me, but I got things to do. Right? So Carly's watching her through the window, as you know, the for the walkway. Carly's out the door looking, watching. Of course, Elizabeth strikes that match and burns those pictures. And then it shows Carly with one of the pictures of her mother and father. So she swiped one. I guess in her mind, she's thinking, I'm going to save this for one day when Elizabeth does change her mind. I'm going to have one of the pictures, right? So we'll see. I mean, I still don't get the Carly Elizabeth little exchange going on. And then we have, a stand-in Nicholas. Can't see him in this picture. I didn't really feel it was important enough for me to show. But yeah, something's going on with the actor that plays Nicholas right now. So we have a stand-in who did pretty good. I mean, a little more gruffer than wimpy, just stupid stupid Nicholas. This one I think will make I'm not gonna say a better Nicholas. They're having this Nicholas act the way they're writing for him, but this one does bring to me a little more starchness to the character. And Esme, of course, was trying to he had the different the doors, the pane doors, so everything is boarded up with these thick old planks. That room is looking almost dark in there, and Esme is so mad, and he goes, yeah, these will really dampen the sound, and you will not be able to escape again. And he put her plate of food down. And then after she walks out, how she has her fits of anger, threw it on the ground, the whole tray, And now we're introducing a bodyguard. And I think it's the one that brought her off from Pier 55 back to Windermere. She's trying to now sway him. You seem like you're a caring person. And she walks over to him and she rubs his arm. You need to save Nicholas from himself, because really all of this, he's going to get in so much trouble. And you're the only one who can save him. You do care about him, don't you? I mean, come on. She's still 19. Oh, she's going to be able to just sway this guard, right? And he goes, Mr. Cassadine has really taken good care of me. And if you let him, he'll take good care of you. You know, and he walks out, he goes, I will make sure you get an early lunch, right? And she's looking and she's thinking, I'll get him. He's going to be the one. He's my out of this. Really, that's what she's thinking. And Ava comes, and her main thing is, did you hear Esme has been spotted on the pier? She's loose. She can out us. We have to get to her and silence her before she, does damage, irreparable damage to us, right? And Nicholas is just looking at her like, yeah, whatever. I got her upstairs. You just don't know. I'm not concerned. Well, look, she's already escaped, right? But what neither one of them are thinking is, Esme can tell the police all she wants, that Ava pushed her from the parapet. And all Ava and Nicholas would have to do is say, we didn't even see her after the trial. We got back home. It doesn't matter what the staff says. They're going to say whatever Nicholas pays them to say, right? No. I don't know what she's talking about. She's lying. But we do know she poisoned Oz Taggarty, right? We do know she did the sex revenge porn that she swore up and down, even perjured herself in court, lying on someone else. So you're going to believe she said this is just another attempt, another lie smear campaign. Ava just said, I never did nothing to her. And what would happen? Nothing. So no, don't try to go, really, for Ava, don't try to go after her to silence her, for her not to tell. Oh, now you're really going to try to kill her, and somebody's going to really see you, and now you're in trouble. So just bottom line is her word against the two of theirs, and it's the word of someone on the run. So no, she would not be believed, and don't even fall for that. So now we have the schizophrenia test results are in. And Jordan happens to pop up at the hospital as Portia's given the results to Curtis. And she's saying, I need to speak with you, Portia. And Portia's looking at her like, now? She goes, yes, it's important. So Portia says, okay, fine. Let's do it in our office. So she goes in the office and Portia does her Portia. You can't help staying in my family's business now. This is my business. Curtis's test results are none of your business. It's for family only, not for XYs. And she's going on and on. And George is just looking at her and saying, for one thing, I came to let you know Esme Prince is back in town and was spotted on Pier 55. And Portia looks, oh, she goes, I've already told Trina. I came here to tell you as a courtesy. Well, thank you. You know? And so Curtis and his father, Marshall, come in and he goes, oh, you two are still at it or still talking? And Jordan's like, no, I said what I came here to say. I'm leaving. So he gives the test results to Portia to read. Portia opens them up and she reads them. And she's shocked. She's like, whoa. You know, they test for 10 markers with the new test, I guess. Curtis has not one of the 10 markers. And Portia says, that's unusual. And he goes, unusual? She goes, yes, usually you would have just a couple. Doesn't mean you're going to pass it on, but for you have none. And in my mind, I'm thinking, is Marshall his dad? You know, is Marshall Curtis's father, or is there a error in the test? Because the lab said they were super backed up, right? Maybe there's an error. They mixed his test with somebody that they weren't even tested for, the person that they accidentally tested in Curtis's place doesn't even have the markers. But Curtis's actual results is probably showing up. Yeah, he's pregnant. they jacked him up, you know. But anyway, bottom line, something isn't right. She says it's just highly irregular that this test should read this way. But they're like, oh, well, we're celebrating. We're happy, you know. So, okay. And I thought, no, 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 this ain't over. Something, I smell something ain't right. And we shall see with that, right? So Portia leaves. She goes, I have to take care of something because they were going to go celebrate. And she runs. Jordan is still there. And she goes, oh, Jordan, I just want you to know we got the results back. And Curtis has none of the markers for schizophrenia. So Trina is in the clear. No, not Trina. She goes, so there's nothing to worry about. And so Jordan says, okay, you may not have the markers, but you still don't know if Trina is Curtis's daughter or Taggart's. And then Jordan just walks away. And Portia's like, you know, Jordan at this point should just tell Curtis. Seriously, everybody. She should just tell him, period, point blank, this is what's happening. Okay? That's what she should do. Because Portia has no intentions on telling him whatsoever. And then we have Joss still trying to do amateur doctor hour on Dex. She does stop the little room RA or floor aide or floor foreman or whatever they call them in the dorms. Saying, no, I don't have bug bites. That was just a rumor I heard, right? So that she was happy because she's like, that's a lot of paperwork when you have bug bites. And oof, okay, great, fine. So then the kid, I forget his name, but for what I'm hearing in the comment corner, that's Maurice Bernard's actual son, who's got his little role on GH. All right, like father, like son, cute kid. I was just saying last week when they showed him, maybe Robin Scorpio, not Robin, Emma Scorpio Drake they're bringing, and that would be for him. I don't know. He's a cute kid, so he's going to be Emma's age. I mean, they're all right there in that same age. I like it. Okay, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. So anyway, he says, well, I'm happy to hear you don't have bug bites. And she goes, but what else? What are you hiding? She goes, I'm not hiding anything. And then you heard this little thump in the room. And he goes, really? She goes, I have a cat. Okay, don't tell anybody. Last night, some frat boys were terrorizing the cat. I took it, brought it in here. I know we're not supposed to have pets, but I'm trying to find a good home for it. So keep my secret, please. And he goes, oh, you do have a good heart. I'll keep your secret. Okay. Gets in there. Of course, Dex is on the ground. He passed out from standing up and fever, right? Infection. So she's all over him on the ground, trying to get him up. Oh, lean on me, lean on me. And she goes, we just got to get you to the door. And I'm thinking, to the door and what, Jocelyn? He can't even walk 10 feet ahead. And you're talking about, let's get you to the door. He doesn't even have a shirt on. You're going to walk Dex out your door, down a busy dorm hallway. We saw people just going back and forth. He's got a patch, makeshift bandage on his shirt. How's that going to work? How's that going to work? And he goes, no, I can't even stand up. I just need to lay. And he plops down on the bed. She's like, oh, okay. She goes, because you're burning up with fever. I was going to get you to the emergency room. He goes, no emergency rooms. She goes, but you need antibiotics. She goes, oh, I guess I'm just going to have to go get antibiotics for you. So she leaves the room, and who comes around the corner but Carly? Jocelyn. And she's like, oh no, not my mother. Because remember, Jocelyn is supposed to be back home, like Trina is back home. Okay, especially since they found out Esme is around. So Carly is going to give her a piece of her mind. So anyway, that's kind of where we were. Nothing else interesting happened. We had we had Alexis and Finn talking, just talking, and then he's talking about, yeah, his father talks about Alexis a lot. Alexis in the paper, Alexis in the paper. So, Finn is back at his AA classes because what he found out about Reiko kind of shook him to his core. He's like, I thought I knew what my marriage was all about. And then I found out something that, guess what? I didn't know what I thought I knew. So he's all shaken up about that. So that was it for General Hospital today. Let's go to Comment Corner. Have quite a few comments. I'm going to breeze through them. We have Hello There says, Trina was great in jail telling Spencer like it is. She's really a wonderful up-and-coming actress. Trina deserves better than Spencer. Spencer is cold, but he needs to be real with her. Yes, he does. I don't know what IMO means. Remember I told you I'm bad with IDK? Only one I know is laugh. Yeah, I know that one. Anyway, the temporary Nicholas is better than the regular guy. The newer guy is more rough around the edges and brings more of strength of character. I believe that too. Seems like a real Cassadine in my opinion. And Steve says, I love Spencer, but he needs to shut up about my X-Men. You know what? I love X-Men too. I am a sci-fi person. Love it. Love all the Marvel. DC, not so much. DC is too dark. Oh. But definitely, I love Marvel. Love it. Anyway, Anita says, Britt and Austin, they're a better match than Britt and Cody. I honestly believe that. Cody is a sneak and after the necklace, since Jason is not returning anytime soon, she's team Austin and Britt. Me too. I always thought they were going to put them together from the beginning, and they didn't go that way. What a waste. We probably would have saw more or seen more hospital activity, both of them being doctors there. That would have been great. Patricia says, what if Olivia Jerome is Esme's mother? Could be. That is how she knows about Kiki. No, she knows nothing from Olivia or her mother. She doesn't even know who her mother is. She knows about Kiki from her father, Ryan. She hates the people, and she could be attacking Trina in connection because Trina is an enemy of her daughter, Esme, instead of Jocelyn, who has no blood connection to Sonny. She hates Julian. Wait. She and Julian hated she targeted Christina and admitted she always walks through. Oh, you're saying that you feel Christina was the actual target. We don't know about all of that. Possibly. I still think it was Jocelyn was the target. Karen says, it ended with Trina visiting Spencer. That was yesterday's. Yes. And then today's, we saw that how the visit went. Patricia says, when Spencer came out to see his visitor and it was Trina, at the end, my friend and her friends and all applauded. Like, did you see the smile on his face when he saw it was Trina? It was like the smile when he saw it was Laura. Or was that more, hey, I'm cool. What you doing here, Trina? What you doing here, girl? Cindy says, I've never been into the Austin character at all, but I definitely don't think he and Maxie have any chemistry whatsoever. He and Britt share the same profession and have more in common. But I heard rumors that Brent is leaving the shows, or rumors that she's going to do both GH and Station 19, which I could see them doing. You know what, I'm gonna have to watch that Station 19 just to see what character does she play. The writers are giving her more Huntington's syndromes, so I don't know what's happening there. I know, right? And Cindy says, I like the way Spencer calls Laura grandmother and calls Nicholas father. It's very respectful, even though father and son aren't on good terms. Laura has a good way of getting through to Spencer on life issues. She does. She's great with Spencer. Cindy says, agree, Josh could have taken Dex home. Maybe she didn't want to leave him alone. She would have stayed right there and told her mother, yeah, I stay with friends. She would have stayed right in Dex's apartment. She did risk a lot taking him to the dorms. What if there was an emergency? I know, and they had to evacuate the dorms, just like Nicholas hiding Esme at Windermere and thinking all he has to do is bring her food. My allergies are really acting up. He is ill prepared for an emergency with her pregnancy. Joss has no more medical training than Nicholas does. So true, but Jocelyn knows I got to get this man some antibiotics. Sherry says, when Austin first came to GH, I thought for sure he was going to be with Britt, not Maxie. Patricia says, love seeing my handsome men Dex and Spencer today. Great episode. Even enjoyed seeing Cyrus. Me too. I liked seeing Cyrus. Enjoyed the scenes with Austin and Britt. Finally, they gave Roger Hayworth as Austin some great scenes without Mad Dog Mason. Wonder if Olivia Jerome is the she Austin reports to. I agree. Austin's chemistry with Britt is with Britt, but she is a Cody fan. Cody. And Patricia also says another hook killer suspect, Olivia Jerome. So the sister hates Ava and Sonny because Ava rejected Julian at the end, probably targeted Christina because she admitted she comes through, she comes to work through that alley. And then let's see, of the club, instead of targeting Jocelyn, back of the club. No, she comes through the alley, the back way to go to Charlie's. Probably targeting Sonny instead of Trina. I don't know. Killed Oz to throw off suspect. Okay. No, I don't think so. Patricia. Susan says Jocelyn may get in trouble by bringing Dex into the dorm, and you said she should have taken him to his place. Yes, she should have. Kids in the hallway. Maurice Bernard's real son, and he's back again. He overhears Jocelyn say something about dead bed bugs, and he gets worried. So he tells the RA, and RA is knocking at the door. Wonder if she's going to go in. Well, we find out she does not go in. And then Anna Rihanna says, not Sunny's first rodeo. Hopefully Jordan will drag her feet with where Anna is concerned. Valentine is so old-fashioned romantic. It's very touching. Yes, doctors are the worst self-care. I don't like Cyrus. He's let Laura know what time it is with Spencer. No, I do like Cyrus. I like Cyrus too, when he's not on the loose. He let Laura know what time it is with Spencer. I hope Spencer's time in Pittenville is over soon. I know. I think we should be coming to an end of that. He's such a talented actor. I really hope the writers give him a storyline, because didn't he go in 1st of September? October, November. Well, I think we may have a little more time. What time it is? Josh, baby girl, the man has his own place. For Josh, it was better for him to be where she was. Well, she could have just stayed where he was, which is what she would have done. Yes, selfish and immature and still a child. That's Jocelyn. Oh, Josh, you got the daily, you got the daily recap, ladies. I know you didn't face. You're in trouble. What face, Anna Rihanna? Thank you, Daily Recap, ladies. Have a great weekend. Oh, and she liked my maroon top. That was an accident. Trust me. Sandy says Joss is looking at Dex in the bed like she could just eat him up. Cyrus mentioned Olivia Jerome. He did mention her name on purpose. Okay. Like he has to eat in the mess hall with her. I guess Pentonville. Well, we do know they will mix women and men in Pentonville, but how much? I hope she doesn't come back. Austin and Britt have much better chemistry than Austin and Maxie. Can't wait to see Trina and Spencer. And Judy says, you overlooked Laura and Spencer talking about Nicholas. She's still is holding on to, he is still holding on to so much hurt from his dad. He was breaking the rules. Oh, she was breaking the rules, hugging him and acknowledged that to the guard. But he thought, okay, it's okay, Mayor. It's okay, Mayor Collins. Did you miss discussing Trina and Cameron? Yeah, because I was bored with Trina and Cameron. No, I didn't. I said when Jocelyn called and she says, are you with Cam? And he goes, yeah, you want to speak to him? Jocelyn said, no. So Trina put her phone on the other side of her head. I mentioned Trina and Cam. I just didn't go into their conversation because it was very boring. Trina did arrive at Pittenville. That was Friday's cliffhanger. Deborah said Laura went to Pittenville. She saw Spencer and she saw her brother Cyrus. Don't know what he was up to. He just wants to see Laura. He is just so enamored by Laura Collins, right? And then he said that but I hope he does. And he says that he protects Spencer. Yeah, he told her he protects Spencer. Spencer is growing up without a father. I think Spencer is finding a friend with Cyrus, I know, which could be trouble. I don't know how good that's going to be for Spencer. And then Ron says, Josh wants to be Dex's hero. You can tell by looking at her, she wants more. She had more on her mind than him being injured. You bring a man to the dorm. Come on now. All the inbound comings and goings from her room, or just the dorm in general. And then Michael said, the kid in Jocelyn's dorm was Maurice Bernard's real life son. The actor's name is Adam. And Lisa said, he's been on a couple of times. Yes, he has. He was the one that was trying to hit on Josh after the sex tape came out. I remember correctly, his name is Josh. Maybe the character's name is Josh. He has had a limited role, and she loves that General Hospital is expanding his role. Laura needed to get rid of the assistant DA. No. Assistant deputy mayor. She knows that being gone all the way, to keep her safe. I don't know what that is. He knows being gone is the way to keep her safe from Victor. He knows who being gone is to keep her safe from Victor. That is right. That when Spencer said, my uncles are keeping me safe. Uncle Cyrus is keeping Spencer safe. And then LaShawn said, Mayor Laura Collins needs to fire the deputy. Yes, she does. Ruth says, Birds need to fire the deputy, meaning, I guess, the mayor, as soon as possible. I mean, what literally needs to be fired is the deputy mayor. Yep, she's working for Victor. She's on his payroll. And Victor's advising her on everything she should do. Yes, that is exactly what's happening. So that is all the comments on Comment Corner. Thank you so much for your comments. I will be back for another episode of General Hospital.